Mackenzie, have you ever just wanted a giant frog monster to throw at your party?
Maybe not just one.
Welcome to the Blue Dragon Guild, a channel all about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Baron.
And I'm Mackenzie.
The Froghemoth is one of those monsters that you see it and immediately you're just like, I want to use this monster.
Yeah.
If you happen to catch our paint and chat live stream we did a few weeks ago, we all painted these Froghemoths. This one's mine. This one's Mackenzie's. This one here is actually the one that we pulled from a pack that we bought. So he's not a painted miniature. He's one of the pre-painted ones. And like I said, the Froghemoth, you look at it and it's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of the frog stuff in Dungeons and Dragons I've always liked, like the bullywogs, the grungs. Mm-hmm. We even featured them on a video. Yeah. And once I, seen the Froghemoth in Volo's guide, I was like, all right, we got to figure out how to add that in there too, because it's just taking a real-life creature and making it bigger, almost, changing it.
Turning it into a monstrosity.
Right. You can find the Froghemoth on page 145 of the Volo's guide. It comes in with a CR rating of 10, 14 armor class, different hit points. They suggest about 184. Really good strength, really good con coming from the frog with the added tentacle arms types. That's why they benefit that in. Really good at stealth, perception, has resistance to fire and lightning, dark vision, because it does have 3 eyes, as you'll see. Doesn't speak or communicate in any language whatsoever. So, use that to your advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah, it says right in the description, the Froghemoths, they are amphibious predators. So it makes sense that their stealth stat is bumped up a little higher. They're sneaking around swamps, just eating people, smashing them with their tentacles. One thing that stuck out to me that I thought was kind of interesting, kind of weird, they have shock susceptibility. If the Froghemoth takes lightning damage, it suffers several different effects until its next turn. Its speed is halved. It takes a -2 to AC and dexterity, and it can't use reactions or its multi-attack. But if you look at its damage resistances, it's resistant to lightning. I don't know if that has been put in an errata or anything. Maybe that's been figured out, fixed later on, but it was just it was something that caught my eye, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but I mean, it's still a really cool ability, especially if the party has something that deals lightning. So
it would make sense to me if it was like maybe even fixed, or this I'd switch in my campaign for it. Okay, so it has the resistance to lightning, maybe because it's just so big, but if it's recently been in the swamp or the water, maybe it would suffer that shock stuff added to it because it has all that on it.
That makes sense.
Could be something to add or switch in.
As I stated, they have multi-attack, they have a tentacle attack, a bite attack. The cool thing with these guys is they can swallow up to 2 creatures. Your party's fighting, there goes the fighter. Then, the next melee person, there goes the rogue. Froghemoth's just swallowing up everybody. Now, they can still fight while they're on the inside, which is a fun cinematic kind of thought process. And if the Froghemoth takes at least 20 damage from a creature on its inside, it spits everything out.
Okay. My favorite thing in seeing that and imagining is, like you said, you got the fighter. You got the rogue. All right, it's the rogue's turn.
He gets
yeah. I am within 5 feet. A friend, it's like, yes, very good. We didn't say the Froghemoth was fully intelligent. I was going to do that.
No.
But
intelligence 2, so
that is pretty funny.
Yeah. So, Mackenzie, how would you use a Froghemoth in a D&D game?
Well, I would put it in a normal location, swamp, bog, something like that. Just have a frog. I think maybe you would travel there. Maybe you just fight some wilderness animals on the way, and he's guarding something. Like guarding a hut, guarding a treasure chest. Some beast has been coming in the night with 3 eyes and tentacles all over the place. And, if you've never seen a Froghemoth, you'd be like, I don't know what we're getting.
That sounds pretty wild, yeah.
So, you go and try to find it. Maybe you can do something kind of, splitting the game of, so-and-so's kid has been taken from the town. This frog has swallowed them. Maybe the kid hasn't, died, but you have to go save them. Maybe he took it away and took it back to the hut just to put with his frog children to have somebody to play with or something crazy. That's how I would put the Froghemoth in there.
I like it.
A little much.
When I was thinking about the Froghemoth, I was reading through all the description, and in there it says that they are otherworldly entities. No one knows where they're from. They're not of whatever world that they're in. The Journal of the Wizard Lum the Mad describes strange cylindrical chambers of metal buried in the ground, and that's where the Froghemoths came from. My idea was to have the party just stumble upon, or perhaps even just be led to, this place where the Froghemoths are coming from.
Yeah.
And that way it can be like, oh, well, our party, we solved the mystery of the Froghemoths. That would be a fun kind of like bragging rights for some RP for your characters. But I thought it would be really fun to just, all right, maybe we're a little higher level.
Yeah.
I mean, they are CR10s. We show up to that place and there's all these cylindrical things, and these Froghemoths just keep coming out. They take one down and another one shows up, and it might just be a thing where it's like, all right, you guys are overwhelmed, you have to escape now. And it becomes no longer a combat encounter, but it's more of an escaping kind of encounter.
You gotta survive. You gotta get out of there.
Yeah. I really like the idea of just putting them in the swamp. It makes sense.
You're right.
I also really like just sticking them in a random dungeon. Kind of like we talked with the Yeti in last month's video. No one's going to expect that.
Right. I mean, just put it in the situation of how you would see a normal frog. You walk out to your porch, you're like, hey, frog. Why can't it be, hey, why is there a gigantic frog here now? And just, there he is. No explanation. One frog just grew large.
I just imagine just the random, woodland town.
Yeah.
We've got the Froghemoths out here all the time.
Get out of here. They keep the flies away, but
the town guard is constantly fighting off Froghemoths.
It's a big problem.
So I had the idea that this Froghemoth has come to the swamp somehow, and the bullywugs that live there, they've started to treat the Froghemoth as a god. They're worshiping him. They're going out. They're kidnapping travelers, bringing them back to the Froghemoth to feed it.
Yeah.
I thought you could do a lot of fun things with that. You could even throw the grungs in there. Just all the frog folk are just worshiping this Froghemoth. And that's how the party gets involved. Maybe a friend of theirs is kidnapped along the road, or maybe they were expecting like a package to be delivered. Well, the delivery man's being kidnapped by the Froghemoth, so now they have to go into the swamp and retrieve their stuff. So if your party has ever encountered a Froghemoth before, tell us about it down in the comments below. How many people got swallowed? How many people fought their way out?
And if you'd like to see more D&D content, be sure to like and subscribe.
And if you want to see a video where we painted these Froghemoths, check it out right here. And until next time, keep the dice rolling.